Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making Kaylee's Tear and Share rolls from the Firefly Cookbook. Now this recipe is a little bit different than the rolls that I normally make. It actually starts with a starter. And for our starter we are going to need 1/4 cup of condensed sweetened milk, not to be confused with evaporated milk. We're also going to be needing 1/4 cup of water, as well as 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And we're going to be dealing with that here in a minute, but for now I'm going to go over the rest of the ingredients, which includes 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of instant yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of room temperature softened butter, as well as another 1/4 cup of condensed sweetened milk, and 1/2 cup of water, as well as 3 cups of flour. So to make the starter, we actually need to move over to the stove and get these ingredients heated up. So I will meet you over there. Alright, now that we are over at my stove, I've already gone ahead and started heating up my pan. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and start by adding in my condensed milk, as well as my water and my flour. There we go. Now all we're going to do is start whisking this together, and we're going to heat this up and let it simmer on a medium-high heat for about 5 minutes until it starts to thicken up. But we want to make sure that we remove all of the lumps from it. And you're going to want to continuously stir this to prevent it from burning. Alright guys, this has only been going for about 2.5 minutes, and it's already thick enough that I think I'm going to go ahead and turn off my heat and turn off my timer. And I'm going to remove this from the heat. I don't really think it's going to be able to thicken up too much more. And now what we need to do is set this over to the side and allow this to start cooling down a little bit. If we use this at this temperature, it will kill our yeast. So yeah, we're going to let it go for now, and I will bring you back when this is cooled enough. Alright guys, our starter has cooled down enough that we can go ahead and continue. Now in my bowl, I've gone ahead and added my 3 cups of flour, and all I'm going to do now is make a well in the center, into which I'm going to drop the remainder of our condensed milk, as well as our yeast. And to one side, I'm going to dump my salt. I don't like my salt and yeast to mix together too soon, because it'll cause a longer rising time for your dough once it's all together. And we also need our egg. And that went right down into the center as well. And the last thing I'm going to add at this point is our starter. And I'm going to put that right down in the center with our egg and sweetened condensed milk. Alright guys, at this point I'm going to go ahead and transfer it over to my mixer base and start slowly adding water in until the dough just starts to come together. So it may or may not need this whole entire 1/2 cup of water. I'll let you know here in a minute. Alright guys, and now that I have been kneading this for a little while and the dough has come together, I'm going to go ahead and start adding my butter. And we need to incorporate this into our ball of dough. go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start folding it in on top of itself and kneading it until all the butter has fully incorporated. Alright guys, so I'm fairly happy with this dough now. It took me quite a bit to get the butter worked in this way. I know there's a lot of recipes out there that do call for adding the butter after you've gotten the majority of your dough mixed together. But this is the first time I'm doing one like that. So it took me a little bit of extra time to work with it. But when I do push on it, it does spring back. So what I'm going to do now is move it over into my bowl. I'm going to cover this with a clean cloth and set it into a warm place for about an hour to allow it to rise, hopefully until it doubles in size. So I will see you guys then. Alright guys, our bread has been rising for almost 2 hours and it didn't quite rise as much as I thought it was going to, but I can tell that the yeast is active because it does spring back when I push in on it. So this could just be as much as this bread wants to go. So all I'm going to do now is kind of roll it out into a log shape. And then I need to cut this into about 16 equal pieces. Alright guys, so I'm just going to keep this rolled out like this. And now we need to start dividing it up. So I'm going to start like this. And I'm looking for about 16 pieces. I don't know that I'm quite going to get that though. So I guess like that. And then we're going to half it again. Oh, that one's a little bit larger. So I might actually go like that on that one. See what we're going to end up with here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7, there's 8. I think 9 and 10, 11 and 12. I think I'm going to end up with 12 pieces instead of 16. I don't know, I may need to reconfigure these here in a minute, but for now, all I'm going to do is start rolling them out into a log shape. And then I'm just going to flatten them out and then roll them up. Just like that. And then I do have a buttered 8 by 8 inch pan. And I'm going to start with this one going like that with the end piece towards the glass. And I'm going to continue doing that for all of these. So while I'm doing this, I would like to remind you of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that TopCat and I have going on our channels if you would like to be a part of it. It's really easy. All you have to do is go out and make a cooking video and then post it to your channel. And once you've done that, let either JPEG or I know in the comment section of our latest cooking videos. Or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. And we will be more than happy to come in and check out your videos and get them added to the playlist. Okay guys, so this is going to be the last one I show you for right now. And then after I get this one rolled up, I think that one actually could be a little bit flatter, it seems. It's going to be a little bit short like that other one. I'm going to go ahead and get this one rolled up. And then once this one's done, I'm going to go ahead and continue working on all of these. Now on this one, I'm going to put my two ends together like that. And I will see you guys once all of these are rolled out. Alright guys, I have got them all rolled out. And it looks like they're starting to go ahead and rise again. I'm going to let these sit to the side to rise for about 30 minutes while my oven heats up to 350 degrees. And right before I put them into the oven, I'm going to brush them lightly with a little bit of melted butter and bake them for 25 minutes. So I will see you once these come out of the oven. Alright guys, our tear and share rolls are out of the oven, and as soon as they came out, I went ahead and brushed them one final time with some melted butter that I still had remaining. And I'm going to say they turned out really well. And I've already gone ahead and tried one of these, and I'm very surprised and happy to say that they are not overly sweet like I thought they were going to be with the addition of the condensed milk. You can see some layers in it. And while this is a much denser roll than what I was actually expecting, I find I really do like these. A little deceptive in the recipes part on how long it's going to take for them to actually double in size. And while I went and let it rise for 2 hours, it still never quite got to that double in size that I was actually looking for. But, you know, other than that, I would say this is a pretty good recipe. And I really do enjoy these. Will I be making these again? Maybe. If I had a special occasion that I wanted this type of a roll for, I definitely would. But for now, I think that is going to do it for me. If you guys like this recipe, leave me a comment down below. If you guys tried this recipe out, let me know how it turned out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist. I will leave a link down in the description to it. And as always, thank you so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.